Good day everyone. Welcome back to the Azure Database Watcher Series. In today's video, we are diving into a step-by-step guide on how to configure Azure Database Watcher using Eventhouse as a data store, part of real-time analytics in Microsoft Fabric. As you might already know, Database Watcher requires a data store to collect and retain the monitoring data it gathers. And what better way to demonstrate it than with Microsoft Fabric's powerful Eventhouse engine built for real-time insights and large-scale analytics. We will walk through everything from setting up the watcher to connecting it with your real-time analytics environment so you can start monitoring your Azure databases in real time with confidence. If you're excited to learn and want more deep dives like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's get started. I've already created two database watcher. These two database watchers are basically using the Azure Data Explorer cluster. The first one is paid and second one is the free cluster. Okay. Now I'm going to create a third one that's gonna utilize the Eventhouse database on the Microsoft Fabric. Yeah. For that, first what I'm going to do is like I'm going to the Microsoft Fabric. I have this workspace created for me. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on this new item here, and then going to select Eventhouse. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to select. So once we have this Eventhouse created, let's name it as JB Eventhouse, yeah, and then click on create. Once the Eventhouse database is created, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to utilize this and then provide that in my configuration for the database watcher. Yeah. Okay, so we have it created. The KQL database name is JB Eventhouse. Now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on create here. I'm going to use the resource group as JB DBWatcher, and I'm going to name it as JB Watcher underscore Fabric. Yeah, I will leave the region to East US. Let's click on next. I will leave these things default here. Here, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on this select the data store and then click on add. And this time what I'm going to do is like I'm not going to go to this data explorer part. Instead, I'll be using this one real-time intelligence in Microsoft Fabric, and I will select this Eventhouse database. Yeah. Let's wait for it to come up with the list of databases, and then we will take it from there. We can see the database JB Eventhouse that we have created. Yeah, if you can see here, this is the database that we have created. So let me select that. Yeah, and then click on select, and it is selected now. So now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on next. And then I'm not going to add any of the SQL targets right now. I will be doing once the database watcher is created. Yeah, let's click on next. And then click on create here. Let's wait for the database watcher to get created, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so the database watcher is deployed now. Let's go to the resource. Yep, so right now the status is stopped. We know like you'll not be able to start or try stopping it when you don't have any SQL targets added. Yeah, let's click on the data store. And then if you can see here, so we are using the Eventhouse database that's present on our Microsoft Fabric. Yeah, if you can see here. So now what I'll do is like I will try adding SQL database. I'll be adding this particular database called JB Hospital that's present on the instance called JB Finance. Yeah, so we will add this database JB Hospital. So now what I'm going to do is like the first step would be to grant access to the Azure SQL database. In my case, I'm gonna use the Microsoft Entra authentication again. I just want to don't go through all the problems regarding to SQL authentication because I need to create a secret in my Azure Key Vault and then I use that. So it requires a lot of extra configuration, which I don't want. So I'll be utilizing the Microsoft Entra authentication. Now let's log into that particular database, JB Hospital, using Management Studio. Yeah, so we have this database on this JB Finance. So I'm creating a login there. Yeah, let's go ahead and create it. So it's created now. So now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to add that particular database into the SQL target as far as the database watcher is concerned. I'm going to select the resource type as SQL database. Let's select the subscription. Now I will select the JB Finance server because we have the JB Hospital database within the JB Finance server. So let me select the hospital database here. And then I'm not going to select any of these things. I'm just going to click on add. Let's wait for the target to be added. So now if you can see here, we are able to add the JB Hospital database. Now what we'll do is like, let's look at the dashboard and then see if we are able to see this particular database in the dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard. So what I'm seeing here is like the database that we added, JB Hospital. I'm not able to see that here. So now let's look at this particular article where we need to grant access to an Azure Data Explorer database using KQL. But this is same for the Eventhouse database as well. If you see here, it basically tells like we need to provide this detail. And this is required for a database in real-time analytics or on a free data Explorer cluster. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like I'm going to provide access. So what I'll do, I will go to the Eventhouse database, yeah, and then let's click on query data, and then let's paste the required. Let's put the required command here, yeah. So we know that the database name is JB Eventhouse. Yeah. So let's put that here. And for this particular thing, identity principal ID placeholder, let's go to our database watcher and then click on identity. Yeah. And then let's copy this object ID or the principal ID and then put that there. And for the tenant primary domain placeholder, what we need to do is like we need to go to the Microsoft Entra ID. Yeah, let's go there. And then we will have to use our primary domain. Yep, let's go there. And then let's provide that information here. It's done. So now what we'll do is like let's execute it. So we have provided the required access. Now what we'll do is like let's go back to our database watcher and then check our dashboard now to see if this database is getting reflected or not. Let's go to the dashboard. And then if you can see here now, after providing the required access, I'm able to see the database added. Let's click on that. And if you see here, we are able to see JB Hospital database added onto the database watcher. Yeah. So we have successfully implemented database watcher using the Eventhouse database that's present on the Microsoft Fabric. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.